Hey everybody, it's a little after midnight. I'm back with Shadow Secrets and I'm Sean. I've been meditating on what I wanted to do with another reading today. So I did the Persephone spread earlier, and now I really want to focus on setting our intention for the new moon. And I'm going to leave that card that we had on the bottom of the deck from the Moonology card deck. And, with a very strong suggestion that we set a new moon intention and grow with the power of the moon phase to the full moon to manifest our intent. So if you're like me, it is sometimes hard to dial in on what it is exactly that you even want. So many things block us from knowing our true heart or even like being able to express it. So it's something that I struggle with, and I have a lot of ideas and a lot of kind of creative things that I want to do, and very often I get overwhelmed and then I end up not doing anything. So it's helpful to me to have some direction on what it is that I want to do, because I feel like I have a lot of options really, and I get my energy pulled in a lot of different directions. So I have cleared the space again and called in the aid of Hecate, the Dark Mother, mistress of the horde and of the night. And she will help you transmute energies. And we're going to work more in depth with her tomorrow to really give her something that we no longer want to be burdened with. And she will happily take that into her womb and transmute those energies into something more useful. But tonight, I'm just asking her to help me to clarify what, for myself and for others along this same path, the way toward our highest good. So we're going to do this energy spread of how to harness the energy of the new moon. So we'll just shuffle the cards, and I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot again. Trying to give them a good shuffle because, they've been doing a lot of good work for us. Okay, artichoke. So, again, this is a collective reading for those of you who identify with the things that I'm saying. And if it's making sense to you, then this message is for you. If it's not, then just move on. So this message is for me as well as those of you out there who again, are also in this energy and able to make sense of what I'm saying. And if this helps you make sense of what's going on, perfect. How open, and I'm just going to use the I rather than we, just to get the reading going. So, how open am I to receive the new moon energy? What might be blocking me or blocking the energy from reaching me? So this could be blockages internally that we're imposing upon ourselves, and also blockages from the outside, be it, purposeful or otherwise. What is blocking us from receiving the energy? And what should we focus on? Or what should I said we. We. I guess it's interchangeable, so there are no mistakes. What should we focus on and set as an intention? And what changes can we make to our practice, meaning our daily rituals, our lifestyle, our thoughts, just the way we approach ourselves and life? What changes can we make to our practice, spiritually, purposefully, to set the intentions that we need? So sometimes lifestyle changes are necessary to even create the space to be able to recognize what we really need. So what changes do we need to make in order to see what we really need in our life? And what guidance can the universe offer in delivering these intentions? The universe, and we're specifically calling on the Queen of the Witches, the Dark One, and three faces of young, now, and old, to give us guidance in delivering messages that we can more clearly see our intention and where we want to go with our new moon rite. Beautiful. The Chariot. Some really powerful cards here. So, how open am I to receive the new moon energy? We get the Death card. And I love this deck because it's got some really nice natural images. There's some nice light images. There's butterflies and stuff. But when it gets like to the dark images, it shows like death and decay and rotting stuff, and it gets pretty detailed. But I like it. I think it's pretty awesome. So let's see what the Wild Unknown says specifically about the Death card. I mean, I know that the Death card is really about, death is like rebirth, but it can also mean death. And it's the number 13. I just had Friday the 13th. 13 is, to me, a really lucky number. And death is about closure and transformation. So how open are we to be receiving this new moon energy? No one loves the sight of the Death card in a reading. So We may not be as open to it as we think. We spend most of our lives denying death altogether. When this card appears, it's easy to get frightened or think it's bad. But don't let the drama distract you from the message. Something in your life needs to end. It needs closure. And this will happen voluntarily or involuntarily. Either way, you'll feel a positive transformation begin after the initial forms of suffering have passed. So I think this is like speaking to the pangs of change that many of us are experiencing pretty severely. And it's going to depend, your openness to receiving this new transformational energy is going to depend on your attitude towards change in a major way, and how attached are you to things that you've come to know as simple comforts, even, and just standard little things about your life that you have to give up potentially to move on to the next phase. So how willing are we to accept this new moon energy is it's easy to say that you're ready until it hits you in ways that you don't expect, right? So I don't want to sit here and be like, woohoo, I'm ready, because shit, but it's coming voluntarily or involuntarily, so we have to be ready. So it's best to be prepared for the unexpected. Plan your work your plan. What's your plan today? How open am I to receive the new moon energy? Don't let the drama distract you from the message, baby. Something in your life needs to end, and it needs closure. And this will happen voluntarily or involuntarily. Either way, you're going to feel the transformation begin after the forms of suffering have passed. The positive will come after the suffering. So there's going to be a bounce back. And I just want to stress, it's going to come either way, whether you accept it or not. So what might be blocking this energy from reaching us? The Father of Swords. So for me, the Father of Swords is like the Father of Swords to me represents this male energy that I was talking about in the reading earlier that I have a lot of problems with. So I already know that's what's blocking me. This is like male Virgo energy to me. Not just Virgo, but I'll just read from the book. Like all the Swords family, the father has a gift for perception. He has a distinct ability to remove himself emotionally from a situation so that he can truly see it from all angles. He's therefore respected by others who usually describe him as a fair or just man, and he's a responsible guy with deep ties to his family. So, by all appearances, he's a great dude, and he's hoarding. He's hoarding. He may be hoarding right now. He's holding this sword of enlightenment. So, by all rights, he's got the potential to become and be super amazing. And he is a protector of his family. He is, a great guy on many levels. But he chooses to remove himself emotionally from the situation. And he really values that ability and sees it as the greatest strength to be able to see things objectively and not be emotionally involved. And he gets a lot of respect. There's a lot of, people that share that view. And that's fine. But you can't completely emotionally cut yourself off from everything. That's not being balanced. And if you're going to be that way, and be that stern and be that cut off and be that removed emotionally, then don't become involved with other people who are emotional and try to Virgo your way out of it and give them all the reasons why they shouldn't be emotional about A, B, C, D, or whatever else it is. That's bullshit, because they're allowed to be how they are, And so this is the problem for me and for, a lot of us out there on this path. Like I'm saying, this is a collective reading. It's not just for me, but I'm interpreting it through my kaleidoscope view, and this energy is fucked up. And it's not just one person, and it's not just Virgos. It's like Sagittarius too. I'm just teasing, and I don't want to be prejudiced against signs or whatever, but it's this tendency, and it's not necessarily a man. Male energy is like that yang that just exists in all of us. So it's not, and I'm not, again, singling anyone out, or whatever. But I am interpreting the messages through my view. But the problem is that okay, not singling out signs now or whatever, this Father of Swords energy, this type of yang energy that chooses to, be unemotional and be completely analytical and overanalyze and kind of just, justify and justify removing themselves emotionally, and then demonizing emotional aspects of other people is definitely what's blocking me internally, because even from the reading before with that Lover's card, it's a big problem for me that I'm not able to make these connections, and for whatever reason I keep getting tied up in entanglements with this type of Father of Swords energy. And I don't believe it's even just one guy. Like I said, it's manifesting through many different relationships. So if you can relate to that, then, and you're listening to this reading, excuse me, oh gosh, CV. No, I've been burning a lot of incense. So, it's Father of Swords energy is really distracting us and blocking us, and it may even not even just be your own emotions on the inside, honey. It could actually be people sending bad vibes and juju your way on purpose, whether they realize that it's real or not, or it could be very real and they could be working roots on you. Or they could have given you something, and a lovely lady who did a reading for me, pointed out that I need to purge my space, which I've been trying to do, but I don't know, it's hard to say, that there's something in my space that someone's given me potentially, or something that has, it's holding a tie to this person or this energy it's like keeping a cord that's keeping you and your vibration low one way or another. So whether it's something that you've emotionally charged and that you're keeping that connection going, or they could be, actually using mental faculties against you in remote ways or in obvious ways or whatever. So I believe this is just that, and I don't want to like single out dudes, but to me it's male energy, it's a yang energy, and it's definitely male. It's the Father of Swords, so it's a definite issue. So it's definitely something we have to overcome, and we're probably going to need to delve into this more of how to purge this Father of Swords energy, and that will be something for tomorrow, just something I'm going to meditate on for myself, because obviously that's what's blocking. And what should we focus on? To set as intentions. We had a freaking butterfly of pentacles. Thank God. Because I'm ready to purge that Father of Swords energy so bad. Like, I am ready to purge it all the way out of the fucking universe. All the way out. I am ready to burn down the Father of Pentacles. Father of Swords. All the fathers. No. I'm in the space of wanting to fucking burn down the Father of Swords and everything that he represents. And I've felt this way for months now. I've been feeling that energy for months now, that the Father of Swords and all the institutions and everything that he is involved in need to be disintegrated. But, we need to purge that energy from our system and release ourselves. And we will work tomorrow on purging any cords, cutting any cords, purging any attachments, and breaking any hexes or old karma that's laid on us with this Father of Swords energy. With our Two of Pentacles, we're going to be focusing on balance and change. And the Two of Pentacles signifies inevitable change. Since the Pentacles suit relates to earthly possessions, this usually means a new job or financial situation or a move. Even if you fear this change, it needs to happen and might even be fun. Face it with the grace of a newly formed butterfly, a world of possibilities balanced on your delicate wings. And I just want to say, a new start is coming, new moon and all this with the visualizations that I'm trying to impose upon you. And I'm trying to be positive, but I don't want to belittle anyone's struggle in this time in any way. Talking about butterflies and fucking just, rise up on a world of possibilities. And, you might be afraid when all your shit is like, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow for real. But, this isn't anything any of us can avoid. It's nothing, It's nothing that you asked for. This is an inevitable change. And just because I've wished it doesn't mean that it's not something that needed to happen anyway. So even if you fear the change, it needs to happen. And we need to face it with grace because it's going to happen one way or another. What changes can I make to my practice to set the intentions that I need? The Hermit. I like the Hermit. I like to hermit up. Solitude and what? Meditation. The idea of being a hermit is not supported in our society, but in the realm, well, it is right now, of tarot, hermits are highly celebrated and valued creatures. Through meditation, solitude, and stillness, they bring wisdom to all. And when this card appears, it's time to step back from the business of day-to-day life and focus on your inner realm. Become more self-aware. If you're intrigued by meditation, you should start now. Spend time by yourself. Your inner fire is ready to be lit, and it will shine for all to see. So, we really need to meditate and keep our vibe high, not be petty and whatever, but this energy is super blocky and it's stabby, and so I'm stabby back. And I don't want to be blocked anymore. So I'm going to reverse cock block on the universe and fucking undo this Father of Swords bullshit. And we're going to work on that in detail tomorrow. So meditate, hermit up. Really, we're looking for the clear intention, though, that we want to set. Besides just like burning down the world, Sean, what are we focusing on? Butterflies. I want to just go back to that for a second because I'm getting distracted. We have to focus on inevitable change. So that's not very specific. I was hoping it would give me like more of an outline of exactly what I should do next. But it's not going to be that simple. Nobody can give you a laid out plan of what it is that you need to do for yourself right now. The best thing and the best advice we can really say is to stay the fuck inside and meditate. Because there's inevitable changes coming that we need to accept and be mentally prepared for in order to harness the energy that's coming at us with this new start. And the advice from the Dark One, Hecate, and the universe through her kaleidoscope gives us the Chariot, which is a great omen. Okay, Chariot, number 7. The Chariot is your confidence, your will, and your inner warrior. At points in your life when you felt the bliss of achievement or triumph, you were riding on his back. Build a relationship with this part of yourself. Try to see the Chariot inside of you. The more focused your mind, the easier it will be to sense his presence and stay mounted on his back with a fixed gaze and sure footing. You'll be headed toward all you dream of. When they're referring to him, I guess they're talking about the Chariot. As a male entity. The horse here in the photo. So the advice here is to rely on your inner warrior. And really build a relationship with that part of yourself. Try to see that inner warrior inside of you. And the more you meditate, and the more you focus your mind, the easier it's going to be to see that warrior and to stay focused with a fixed gaze and sure footing. You'll be headed toward all you dream of. A new start is coming. So it's not going to be as easy as somebody just telling you, hey, go do this and you'll be able to make money now. It's going to take a little more work than that. The meditating is key, and obviously we're supposed to stay inside. The feck. I'm trying to find the new moon thing. So I might as well read that now. Can't seem to find it. But, oh, it's at the beginning. New start is coming. So it's this is a totally positive opportunity coming our way. We're starting all over again in some way, but it's on a new and better course. I know it seems like super exhausting, and I'm feeling super exhausted all of a sudden too, like whoosh, drained. But that's how it feels, man, when you wipe the slate clean and you have to start over again with nothing. It's exhausting. But the situations become toxic, and something new is on the way. It's like the scales have been tipped, you know? Reference here a couple times that there's nothing we can do about the change that's coming. It's just going to be our attitude about it. Remove blockages. Set a clear intent. So I'm going to need a little bit more clarification on the Father of Swords. How do we remove this blockage? How do we remove this blockage with the Father of Swords energy? How do we cut this cord internally or externally, whatever the case may be? Everything's so like up in the air right now. Like, we get the Hermit, we get the Hanged Man. Like, seriously, sacrifice and letting go Many people talk about the art of letting go, but what does it really mean? How do you achieve it? The Hanged Man has all the answers. Tell us the answers, Master of Non-Attachment. This card implies there's a sacrifice or difficult or painful situation coming up in your life. Though you naturally want to resist and struggle through it, be more like the Hanged Man and find stillness. Open your eyes and use this new perspective to learn something. You're stuck here either way. And why is it a bat? So how do we remove the blockage of the Father of Swords energy and we get the bat of the Hangman that we have to sacrifice and let go of everything, man? Like, really? And though we want to resist and struggle, we have to find stillness. Open our eyes and use this new perspective to learn something. How do we unblock ourselves from the Father of Swords energy and we get be still? Open your eyes. I feel like that's what I'm doing. What should we focus on and set as an intention? And we get the Two of Pentacles. Signifying inevitable change. And even if we fear it, it needs to happen, and it might not, it might be fun. Just going back to the Death card, how open are we to receiving the energy? Don't be frightened. Don't let the drama distract you from the message. Something needs to end. Something needs to change. And we just need to hermit up and meditate and really be trying to channel our higher self with the Chariot. That was the advice. Look up spirit number 7. Your confidence and will and your inner warrior. Try to be the warrior inside of you. And the more you meditate and focus, the easier it'll be. We just have to stay hydrated. So we already know that we're supposed to meditate and stay inside. We're cultivating our inner warrior, facing these inevitable changes that none of us can stop. A new start is coming, and it's going to come for us either way. How do we unblock ourselves from energy that's keeping us, in a state of low vibing, sketchy bullshit all the time? And we get this more self-reflection and I can't believe we got a bat. Letting go and being non-attached, sacrificing and getting through difficult and painful situations. keeping our eyes open and being able to learn from it. You're stuck here either way. And I was told about my struggles, that I'm needing to take these swords out and examine them. And use what you've been through to your advantage. Because if you don't adapt, then you die. That's pretty harsh. Hecate is no bullshit. She gave us a fucking bat. So, inevitable change is coming and relates to our earthly possessions, our financial situations, and even if we fear it, it's going to happen anyway, so you need to set a clear intent. What is it that you want to create? I really do want to purge this Father of Swords energy. I mean, it's a big, big focus of mine. And it's like holding me back from making anything beautiful. It's fucking kind of spooky, huh? And I'm still left with like, how are we harnessing this energy? What is my clear intent for the new moon? We have to really give up something to her tomorrow. Like a specific attachment that's keeping us down to and keeping us held to this. Whether it's a piece of jewelry or something that you have around you that brings you back to this, or something maybe like that. We have to meditate on what that is. I just really need more help with this Father of Swords energy. I don't think it's it's not just one man. How do we clear this Father of Swords energy? How are we attached to this Father of Swords energy in the past? How is it affecting us in the future? And well, we know, but I want to do just a quick past, present, future on the Father of Swords. And why is he so blocky? Too many. Just saw the Ace of Wands again, though. That's pretty. Thank you. Okay. Why is he so blocky to us? It's like I'm never going to resolve this energy with the male energy. It's like so stabby. Okay, how are we going to do this? Why are we so And so much conflict, past, present, future. The Father of Swords. Oh my gosh. American Five of Pentacles pops out too. And this is a card we got before about worry and not being too anxious. Okay. Father of Swords. Past, present, future. High Priestess accesses other realms and is all about intuition, dreams, and mystery. Listen closely to the voice within. Other times it's a sign to look past the obvious and find what's being kept secret or hidden within a situation and acknowledge the shadows. So, you know, on some deep intuitive level, what the connection is in the past with this Father of Swords. But it's being hidden and blocked even from you. The knowledge of it, the memory of it. And we got 9 of Cups in the present. Saying our wishes are being granted. And then we have the Ace of Swords. In the future. And that's like mental clarity when the lightning strikes and the world lights up and everybody sees. And then this vision lingers on. So these shadows in the past that keep you connected to this unemotional and not reciprocal male energy being crossed by this bat who is forcing us into inevitable change. The Hanged Man energy, and sacrifice and letting go. So these shadows have existed for a long time. But now, despite of everything, your wishes are coming true, and to make decisions that you've been putting off. Wow, I'm super sleepy. This trips me out. We have to find our inner warrior. For sure. Find your inner warrior, kids.